What? How? And why? This is unacceptable. Did you see her injuries? The Nigerian army is in the news again, and it is not something positive. The men of the Nigerian army have been accused of torturing and locking up a nursing mother. A nursing mother, Ibinosa Rosemary Esse, who allegedly owns a palm oil mill, was tortured, allegedly, by soldiers and locked up in a cell on Saturday, March 16, 2024, at an army barrack, Benin, Edo State. GR, take a look at the video. What is happening? If this thing is true, what, how, and why? This is unacceptable. Did you see her injuries? The soldiers accused Rosemary Esse. Allegedly, it's being said that Rosemary Esse was accused of receiving stolen palm fruits. Then she was tortured, according to her, by the soldiers to confess, and according to her, they stripped her naked. Apparently, Rosemary had a scuffle with another civilian. This civilian decided that he was going to call men of the army to intimidate Rosemary. If this thing is true, why is the Nigerian army always meddling in civilians' business? It's very abnormal. Army is not supposed to interfere with what happens in the civil society. Actually, soldiers in Nigeria have always been used as a tool for intimidation. That's the truth. So it's not even when. They've always been used for as 240. But we're beginning to see it happen more. I really want, and I know that our soldiers sacrifice so much and they do a lot for our country. So I don't want to belittle that, and I don't want to take away from their sacrifice and the hardship of what it means to be a soldier in this country, right? We're fighting terrorism. But when we hear stories like this, it feels distracting. It feels distracting because there's code of conduct for the way soldiers are supposed to navigate their uniform and their call to duty. There's code of conduct for the things that your soldiers are supposed to focus on. But the thing is, will soldiers be able to focus on it? Because our soldiers even paid well. We all saw that viral video of that soldier that said he could not go home because by the time he went home, his salary would finish. How can the Nigerian government be okay with paying soldiers so little, and they're literally sacrificing their lives for the safety and the future of our country? Same thing with police officers. So when you hear soldiers being used as tools to torture civilians, it's because there's breeding ground for it. The compensation is not worth the position they're in. It does not justify it. It does not make it okay, but it's the reality. We need to address these issues. We need to address the fact that Nigerian soldiers are not compensated properly at all. If this story is true, what was the army doing there? It's an infringement on the right of this nursing mother. Look at the video. The woman was battered up, locked up. On whose order? Do you know what the military is? Do you know how serious it is to be in the military? Do you know the role of the military? Definitely not anything to do with palm oil or palm kernel or palm fruits. There needs to be a real reorientation in Nigeria. We're still dealing with the army that's trending over the incident in Delta. God rest the soul of all those soldiers that passed away. Now we have this. It just feels like their PR has been really bad of late. I mean, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. People are expressing a lot of rage over this video. Someone online, Jay, said, sincerely speaking, just like DSS, people said I expressed a lot of rage online. Dan posted this and said, for a security agency that celebrated Women's Day with pomp and pageantry tweets, this is a lot about the army and how the army treats women without an iota of respect for them or even their rights. Why is the army meddling in civil matters? If this is true, why is the army meddling in civil matters? Another person online says the army will come out and deny that it was not their officers. How do you build trust amongst people when you use every opportunity to oppress and brutalize citizens when there are clearly defined rules for every civil or criminal act, end quote. And I agree in the fact that what's happening right now, it almost feels like there's a whole machine that's trying to literally remove the trust and the hope and the faith we have in the army, when we should be supporting them, praying for them, wishing them well because they are out in all over Nigeria fighting against bandits. We're now beginning to see them as enemies more and more. The PR is just getting worse and worse each year, and it's only been getting worse. What is happening with our army? I don't like this because those soldiers are literally sacrificing their lives for us. We should be respecting them. We should be honoring their service, not criticizing them. But the things that have been happening lately is making us question them. The things that have been happening lately is making me uncomfortable. We can only wait and see if the human rights organization will take this up. What I want to see though is an overhaul on the wages that the army is receiving. I want people to feel like this country is worth it and this country values their service. And then I also want to see an investigation into this story. Let's find out, is Rosemary's story true? And if it is, the people who partook in that, they need to be held to account. Ending the scoop on the scoop notes, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. How do you think the Nigerian army should proceed and what can be done to overhaul the image of the Nigerian army? Alright guys, make sure that you share, engage, comment and like, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.